What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is another episode of Against the Spread, NFL Week 6. Can they can the teams just get together and stop making me cry? 2 bets last week by 1 yard? You kidding me?
That's rough, man. It's like it got away from me and it got on you. You know what I mean?
Man. Killing me.
I'm pretty sure we're week 7 though. Are we not week 7?
Are we week 7? Oh, yeah, we are week 7. You're right.
Pretty sure we're week 7. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. If not, my numbers are going to be really off this week if that's the case. So.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, we are week 7. Damn. I'll have to fix that in post.
Yeah, man. So I will say that the first round of all statistics, we're just going to go ahead and call that Apollo 1, and we're going to move on, possibly to Apollo 13, and we're going to see if we could salvage this because we got some whole new algorithms and information coming through. I've spent way too much time on this one, and we'll see, man. Like I ran it on some of those previous games just to kind of see how the model was going to turn out, and it called some of those games near perfect. So I got to say I'm kind of excited about this one. We're going to hope that things are looking a little bit better. So
I need it, baby. Let's bring it.
I know.
Pittsburgh heading to Cincinnati for Thursday night football.
Yeah, I feel like you don't need to necessarily be a fortune teller to figure out kind of how this one's going to go. The prelim model that I got did come back with the Steelers only being an 8-point favorite, which is better than the spread that's going on right now. Let's see, coming back at 40 points though, 40 points total. So coming in on that under. Cincinnati's. What did I tell you though? Like last week, I said those division games, you can't trust them, right? You just can't trust those division games. And granted, I still don't see how the Bengals could possibly pull off a win, especially Flacco, right? Is Flacco going to be starting for him?
Flacco Wacko is the quarterback.
I mean, you did see that. I'm sure you saw that statistic though, right? How if he were to come in and he were to beat that team, he would be the only quarterback ever to beat the same team twice in one season on 2 different teams, something like that.
Epic. That is epic.
Yeah. I don't necessarily have this going well for the Bengals. I think it'll be competitive though, as most divisional games are, especially the evening games. But it was coming off a short week, so what we're going to be doing
at all.
Yeah, I don't like it, but we're doing something a little bit different, man. We're coming out here with some extra statistics. Robert, we would happily show you the money if we weren't getting screwed every single week by a yard. God, dude. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. As soon as I saw it too, I'm like, maybe you have a chance, but I don't want to hype you up and get your hopes up. You know what I mean? And then just watch it.
No hope.
So so we're going to be coming up with some extra stats though. So anybody's playing parlays or anything like that. So we got Rodgers coming in at about 225 yards passing with 2 touchdowns. That is going to be looking good, especially for DK Metcalf. We're showing 6 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown. So he's probably going to have a decent game. Probably some good notes as well too if you're going to be setting anything up for any fantasy leagues. I think Freiermuth and Washington are going to get some split work, but one of them's getting a touchdown. Does that do you any good? Probably not, but I think one of them's getting you a touchdown. So it's either going to tight end and DK is kind of what we're looking at here. I don't expect Warren to really tear it up. Probably maybe 50 yards. Nothing too crazy. I do expect Flacco to go out there, throw a couple of picks, and have at least 3 sacks, though. So if you are going to play any of the defense, that's probably something to look at. You cannot expect much from a quarterback to just show up. He's there for a week. He's old. You know what I mean? Like, he's still on Florida time or whatever's going on with him. And, I don't think it's gonna be great. I think that's what we're looking at here. Chase and Higgins are probably going to split maybe about 140 yards between the two, but I wouldn't go out of my way to put any money on them. So, and Yeah, their run games have been pretty whack. So what do you think about all that?
I like the Rodgers 200 and 2 touchdowns. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that's going to be right there. But yeah, 8-point favorite on the Steelers. Hopefully we could start the week winning some money, man. That's what I'm shooting for. And be getting some parlays going on.
You said 225.
Yeah, your system reset there, homie.
Not again.
Yeah, 225, 2 touchdowns. I was going to go and put some bets down on defense, but they didn't have it up yet when I was going to. So I wanted to see what it was going to look like if we do Flacco with 1 interception and 2 sacks as well on top of that.
Ooh, I do like that. I mean, they've got sacks available, but like specific players to get a sack.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I didn't know if they had like a defense prop or not, but yeah. So I think that's how that game's going to go. Thursday night football is just notorious for garbage. You know what I mean?
Big time.
It's sad that it's become such like a throwaway game. You know what I mean? It might as well just be another bye week, in my opinion, if that's going to be the case.
Can't. Yeah. The sacks. I mean, they expect TJ Watt to definitely get a sack. They don't have Myles Garrett available. I think he'd be one to get a sack, but he's not. That's not available as an option.
Garrett's on the Browns.
We will see. I know, but the Browns are going to get a sack. I mean, Myles Garrett gets a sack like almost every game.
Oh, yeah. He's a beast.
That's what I'm looking at.
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking at this game. I'm like, I don't see the Browns up on here, my guy.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. You're right.
I think you should have took a nap, my dude.
That must have been that was they played the Browns last week. Sorry.
Yep.
Moving on. Rams versus the Jaguars. Ooh, I don't know what we're gonna get in this one.
This one I got coming back as a close game. Jaguars did disappoint me last week. Bummed me out a bit. I was rooting for them. This one I think I'm anticipating. So here's some of the stats that I think are going to be good. Kyron Williams, we're looking at probably 19 carries, 88 yards. That's if he maintains his average. It's actually a pretty good matchup between the way their run game has been set up, what areas that they prefer rushing, and the weaknesses against their defensive line. So I would say Kyron Williams, 19 rushes, 88 yards, probably even 3 catches, and with a touchdown. So I think Williams is going to have a pretty decent game. Stafford, I got right at about 265 yards and 2 touchdowns, with a potential interception, just because some of his accuracy does not fare well against the Jaguar setup. So, but Adams might actually have a breakout game because he's not really had that big game yet this season. But I think this can be it. Have they declared whether or not if Puka's playing or no?
Not declared just yet. We're a little too early.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if he does play, he's typically good for at least 60 yards in this situation, depending on, of course, on how much that injury is messing him up. But Trevor Lawrence probably not going to have as good a game, but I still got him at about 240 yards with the touchdown and more than likely an interception based off of their turnover ratios. So, yeah, Thomas will have a decent game. I don't have him having a touchdown in this game, though, which is kind of surprising. But just based off of the matchups, where the secondary of the Rams like to play compared to where the Jaguars like to throw the ball, it's just not necessarily a good matchup. And if you're wondering where I'm getting any of these stats from, there's actually a really cool website. It's NFLGSIS.com. You can actually go through and see every direction and their how well they're completing and their ratios are for run plays, pass plays, all that. It's actually some pretty cool stats. So I deep dive into it this time, and yeah, just looking at the matchups on this one, man. Still got the Rams taking it, but not by much, man. It actually has a 4-point favorite. So I do have both quarterbacks having a turnover. So it can come down to whether or not one of those quarterbacks does not throw a pick, and that team very well could end up winning it. So I think this is a tough one to really try to get a declared winner on. I say it every week. Anytime it's a 3 or 4 point game, I don't put money on game lines. It's just those are too wild on the variable. But I do have it at an over at 50 points. So
okay,
we'll see how that goes.
I like that. Ooh, Patriots and Titans. Gross.
I still believe in the Patriots. I still think they're going to be doing pretty good. I think they're looking solid. This game I'm showing is probably going to end up being more competitive than most people think. I think the Titans actually might cover that spread. It is an interesting match when you look at the offense and the defense and their percentage plays, where they like to attack, where they're going with the ball, running, etc. But Drake May, I got at 255 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and a pick as well. So I think he's going to end up having a pretty good game. What's came back as a pretty big surprise, though, is Stevenson is showing that this could be a pretty big breakout game for him, just because he tends to really attack the edge runs, and the Titans have one of the worst edge run defenses in the game right now. So do have Stevenson coming back at 84 yards and a touchdown. So keep that in mind if you're doing any fantasy plays as well, too. But probably not a bad prop. I need to check to see what the payout is if you were to go over 80 yards on Stevenson and a touchdown. That might not be a bad play because he's not been big this season. He has had some big turnovers, but that's about it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like one more fumble and that dude is riding the pine. So that's that is a risky proposition. So you said 80 yards?
Yeah, 80 yards. Yep.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, the Patriots are having a lot of success doing edge rushing. So
whoa, that can't be right.
What's that?
His rush yards right now for 80 yards is plus 510.
Oh, okay.
And
right, so
if you can't put him as a touchdown scorer at the moment.
Really?
For whatever reason. Yeah, there's only Pollard, Diggs, May, and Ridley are the only guys that you could click on DraftKings right now. I mean, we could try. Let's see what the website's different than the mobile app. Nope. See?
Yeah.
4 guys.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But like, if you think Ramadre is going over 80 yards, boom.
Dang, that's crazy.
Well, he's only averaging 26 a game.
Yep. Well, this can be the one, man. Like I said, it's just one of those match made in heaven. What they happen to be good at is what the Titans are really bad at. So, that's where you get these games. And also have Diggs having a pretty big game, 7 catches, probably around 98 yards. The reason why is because with Diggs, they have really been exploiting short, middle, deep right like plays, and that's where the Titans are like struggling hardcore. So that might be worth looking into as well.
Yeah, I definitely like the Patriots here. I don't know if I would go with the the 7 points is probably good. I mean, I feel that's pretty good.
I only have the Patriots at a 4-point favorite, though. That's the only thing that makes me a little leery.
I think Vrabel's going to kick their ass. So maybe that's where I'm like throwing that bias in of like,
yeah.
Well, he's going to kick their ass. They just fired their head coach, which I know sometimes you get a, you get a bit of a rally.
Boost, yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. Pollard is probably going to have a decent game, though. I got him running about 76 yards and a touchdown, just because, again, the Patriots defense, where the right guard and their left end struggle, it's a hardcore mismatch. So as long as they attack that area, Pollard could probably come back with some pretty good yards. So, and I do have Calvin Ridley having a pretty pop-off game as well, 90 plus yards with the touchdown.
Don't do it. Don't do it. He got hurt in the last game. Just don't do it.
Okay, well, put that into consideration.
He
But
was
if
on
you
the sidelines with like a wrap on his thigh, like he was not in the game. So I would
gotcha.
probably tell don't do that.
I will. I will take your advice on that. Maybe we'll see. Depends what the numbers are.
Raiders going to KC. I got to say one thing on this one.
Huh.
Division, for some reason, the Raiders either get blown out by the Chiefs or it's like a 7-point game where they win. Like, I don't know if I trust this plus 11.5. Like,
yeah, that's funny enough. That's exactly what I have. Chiefs by 7. Where I think most people would say, "Oh yeah, this should be a hardcore dominant game." Nope, this is where you fall in those trap plays with these types of games. And you're absolutely correct because 2 years ago, right, the Raiders came out and beat the Chiefs, and they had really no business doing that.
None.
But it happens. It happens. But yeah, I do think Gino will probably have a decent game. Yeah, again, it's just one of those scenarios where Gino likes to attack. The Chiefs have shown to be a little bit weak on that, and also it depends. Are the Raiders showing up and playing against the refs again this week too, or not? You know what I mean? So there's always that. I thought 12 plus man on field was a penalty, but I guess not.
Nope.
So not when they're wearing ref uniforms. I gotta say, if I were a homeboy, what was the cornerback from the Lions? I would have been smacking Schuster around too.
Brian Brandt.
Yeah. Those photos cracked me up, dude.
I mean, probably a bad time to do that, based on all the injuries they've got. So
yeah, not a good look. But man, I tell you what, if there's anybody who looked like they earned it, you know what I mean?
Sometimes you got to smack a bitch. I mean,
sometimes.
I feel like Juju should have known that too from all the shit he's been talking for years. You know, somebody slapped him at some point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This time it was deserved, but those photos cracked me up, man. They were just hilarious. Do expect some big. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be competitive. I still got the Chiefs though by 7, so Mahomes is probably going to go out there, throw 280 plus yards, 2 touchdowns. Probably even expect Pacheco to get in on it and run that ball. So, yeah, I know. You have to guarantee it's.
Anytime you think Pacheco or you think the Chiefs are going to run the football, they don't. And it's just Andy Reid's like, who needs running backs? It doesn't matter.
He's been like that since the Eagles, man. He's always been like that.
Pacheco has like a run or two, and the next thing you know, Kareem Hunt's in the end zone. So
know how that goes.
Tough to trust a Chiefs running back, so just don't do it.
Yeah, but don't fall for that 11.5, man. Unless you're buying in that spread, because I think the Raiders will keep it competitive.
Yeah, I just it's too, because it's a division game. You just don't know. This could be the one game of the year the Raiders actually show up and like play their heart out. So yeah, I just want no part of that.
Yeah, well, if there's any time for them to actually show up and try, that could be it.
I'll take Mahomes 250, 2 touchdowns. Perfect. Like, I'll be happy there because I feel like that's pretty good. Like, that's going to happen. Oh, man, this should be a good game. Eagles and the Vikings.
Eagles and Vikings, yes. Yeah, I do have it as a close one for sure. I still have the Eagles winning, even though I have no confidence in the Eagles. Every week they just look capable of losing. You know what I mean? But I do have the Eagles at 6, but I actually have it as a fairly high scoring affair. I got 54 points total coming in on this game. I think hopefully this is finally when Saquon actually pops off. Here's the reason why. So their right tackle, right end mismatch is heavy on this one. So if they run the ball in the right direction, Barkley's going to go off. Even though he's notorious for having bigger runs off, to the left guard, left tackle. We'll see. But I mean, Barkley can't be bad the entire season, right? Like, unless that's part of the Madden curse, because dude's just not putting up numbers, man.
Well, I know the left guard, I think, is out. And that's causing a problem because he does like running behind Landon Dickerson. So Landon Dickerson was a limited participant at practice. So
gotcha. Okay, so there's still potential.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest. Like I mean, Vegas doesn't know because it's only a 1.5 point spread, obviously.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to me.
I don't see this being a high scoring game. Most of the Eagles games have been around that 24 points ish.
Yeah.
Vikings still have Carson Wentz playing.
Are they? Because I saw that McCarthy was questionable. So is it coach decision?
I thought Carson Wentz was still playing this week.
Carson Wentz might even be the better pick. I mean, he obviously he was on the Eagles.
So Carson Wentz was a full participant in practice, and JJ McCarthy was limited.
Limited. Okay, so he's still got potential to start.
And I think they have a bye week after this weekend,
so they might just rest him.
Yeah, or maybe did they have a bye week last week? No, they had a bye week. Never mind.
Oh, they did. Okay,
I think it's the Eagles that have a bye week next week.
I think either one's fine. Wentz might actually be your better bet, honestly, going against the Eagles. I don't know though, but the Eagles, their defense is not proven to be very good this year. So I guess I wouldn't be too afraid of having McCarthy go against them. But either way, I think it'll end up being a pretty decent game. I expect the Eagles offense to actually show up. Hurts with 250 plus yards, which is a rarity for him. He does not throw the ball a ton, especially this season. But if he does, you can expect A.J. Brown probably with, a good 6 catches, Smith of 5 catches. So, some good opportunity for some parlays, in my opinion.
I don't know. After Smith burned me, I don't know. Burned me by a yard. I don't know. I might be out.
Yeah, in the previous week, he burnt me by 1 catch. So that's it. Just needed him to get 1 more catch. So yeah,
I'm sure I'll get over it, but at the moment, he's dead to me.
Yeah. But yeah, I do got Eagles coming in on top, 6-point favorite though, so that is an interesting spread going on.
And I don't know about that over you gave, like 52. I don't see how they get there.
Well, Jefferson should have a good game. I'll tell you that right now. They like to throw deep left, and the Eagles just hate defending deep left. So that could be a pretty good matchup for it. Probably expect to have him like 130 or 40-yard catch. So that'll really help pad his stats. So if anyone's playing Jefferson, I got him ranked up there. 8 catches, 125 yards. So
from Carson Wentz? I don't know about that. Wentz has not looked good. He started out good, and then it just kind of back to what he is. So
yeah, but still, let Jefferson do the work. You know what I mean? Just let him do the work.
We shall see. We shall see. Oh God, this is a turd.
Can Justin Fields possibly look worse? You know what I mean? Like if you thought he looked bad on the Bears, like what he looks like right now on the Jets is absolutely atrocious. And then what the Broncos did to the Jets. Well, okay. First off, what they did to football, that was unforgivable. Nobody should have ever had to watch that game, let alone wake up at 7:30 in the morning and watch that game.
The best thing that was said about that game, that was the worst thing we've done to the British since 1776.
Good. I'm glad they paid for that. But yeah, that game was absolutely awful. I'm like, I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad I did not wake up early to watch that. Like the highlights that I watched later.
What's even funnier about that game is like the Broncos actually gave the Jets an opportunity to win that game to just rip out their heart at the end. So
yeah. So I think, well, this is an interesting spread because I actually only have the Panthers by 1. So it is pretty interesting that Vegas is coming out with that as well too. And I got 47 points on that over under. But Panthers are playing good. I knew that they were going to beat the Cowboys. Like I just had that feeling. There was no surprise in me whatsoever when that occurred. I was just like, yeah, this is what the Cowboys do. I told you they slump down to their competition and they punch up when they need to. But they are capable of losing against any opponent they face any week. So, but yeah, this week I think they're. Oh, here's the big thing: Rico Dowdle. Like, how do you possibly start Chuba? You know what I mean? Like, I know he's coming in; he should be healthy this week. But like, how do you possibly start Chuba after what Rico's doing? Yeah,
you can't.
Like, I mean, like if you're kind, you'd let you run a 2-back system for a little bit just so he feels like a participant. But you let Rico just do what he's been doing because Homeboy's been tearing it up. I don't know who picked him up in fantasy, but good on them because I did not see that coming. So
I picked him up off of waivers in the Vampire League, and that's helped out. I won the last 2 games. Thanks, Rico. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, dude's been tearing it up. So I'm glad he's running with the chip on his shoulder, and I'm kind of glad he did that to Dallas because I thought they were pretty stupid for letting him go. So if they had Rico and Williams this year, that 2-back system, they'd be savage. It'd be looking like the Lions, except winning. Sorry, Robert.
Oh, poor Robert. So Panthers, I don't like that over under. Log this out again. I don't like that. I don't like anything about this game. If you want to bet Rico Dowdle to get 100 yards again, maybe that's a good idea. But other than that, I am not a fan of it.
Yeah, I could see Dowdle going over 100 again, scoring a touchdown. I don't see that as being a problem. But Justin Fields is just trash, though. Trash. The Jets are trash. I do have Breece Hall apparently having a pretty good game, though, which he's not really had all season. But he is a heavy inside zone rusher to that left guard center area, and that is where the Panthers have been really struggling. So there's a potential he might come out there and actually show up. So if they take advantage of that, that's if the Jets decide to do anything intelligent ever. Then there might be some potential there for them to get some pretty good yards. But if they do that, I have them at 18 carries, plus 90 yards and a touchdown.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, Saints and Bears. Bears coming off a Monday Night Football victory against the Washington Commanders.
That was a close one. Close one indeed. Where'd that one go? Oh, yeah. For some reason, my list got bumped around. So this is probably going to be a surprise, but actually I have the Saints winning this game. I always love your silence as you ponder, right? What's the appropriate way to respond to this?
Maybe like the Bears could lose to anybody. They should absolutely win this game, but I could see the thought process. But I feel like the Saints are almost ready to start packing it in. They're not quite there yet, but I think they're close.
You've been dogging on them the entire season, my guy.
I mean, they've won one game. They've been competitive, but they've won one competitive.
I mean, they've had way closer games than the Ravens. So
that's true. That is true. This should be a close game again.
Yep. Yeah, I only have the Saints winning by 3, so it's definitely not any kind of a blowout, and got it at right around 51 points for that over. Again, for this, it's just all about mismatches, where one team is struggling, another team is excelling at, and I think that's the only thing that's really kind of giving the edge to the Saints. But I mean, a 3-point margin though. I mean that can still go to anybody. You're one turnover away from a loss, so. With that being said, though, I might take that. A little bit of parlay, throw the Saints on there, see what happens.
Plus 4.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody important to talk about stat wise? They don't really have.
No, I mean, I think Caleb Williams is going to go out there and have a pretty decent game. I mean, I got him going, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a handful of rushing, maybe 15 to 20. So I think they'll be pretty good. Obviously, I think Rome is going to go out there and probably have a pretty good game. The Saints have been struggling deep right passes, and that's where Rome has just been devastating people at. So I think he can go over 100 yards. So if there's anything that I'd probably look at, yeah, I'd probably be right around there. Spencer Rattler's actually, he's playing decent ball. I mean, he's not been doing, I mean, he looks like an all-star compared to Justin Fields. So, yeah, and then Kamara is going to have some pretty big mismatches as well too. The strengths on the offensive line compared to some of the defenses on their right end, it can be. Again, this is all in the idea of if they're smart and they take advantage of the glaring weaknesses of the other team. This is kind of what we're predicting. So,
okay. Well, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Dolphins and Brown. Whoa. Is Tua not playing? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know about this game. This is going to come out as a shocker as well too, but I do actually have the Dolphins coming back winning this one. I got them as a 4-point favorite. I don't know how, but that's just where we're at, man. That's where we're at in the world these days. That I don't know. The Browns have just been, they're so hit and miss, man. Like only one side of the ball wants to play. So
I mean, the Browns defense is really good.
Yeah.
They're really good. But that offense is not. Is Miami's defense that awful? Is that what we're
I think that's more of what we're looking at, that like they'll even let Dylan Gabriel go out there and sling the ball. Like I think it's that kind of situation. Because Gabriel is playing, or he is starting, right? They've not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. After they traded Flacco, it's him and Shador's number 2. He's been moved up.
Didn't the coach say he was number 3, that he would play before he let Shador play?
Well, before Flacco was traded, that was the case.
Dude, how can a coach say something so savage about one of their players, man? That's like even if that were tongue in cheek, you know what I mean? That's pretty savage.
Yeah, he's not a big Shador fan, I think. So
that's been pretty obvious, yeah. But yeah, no, I do. I got the Dolphins coming out 4-point favorite. Judkins is probably gonna have a pretty big game.
I was just gonna say, what do you got for Judkins? Because I think he's gonna have a pretty good game.
Yeah, I got him. If he maintains his average, goes out there 19 yards, he should be right at 95 yards for the game. But I could almost guarantee he's going to bust one, like, a 30, 40 yarder.
Oh, what game was it? Not this week. It was the week before. He had 2 called back for penalties, but he crushed 2 long runs.
So the Miami has been giving up long runs on the left end, and the Browns have been dominating on the right guard. So I think that's the reason why he also has a pretty big mismatch going on. But HN is probably going to have a pretty decent game as well too. He's finally looking like the player we kind of remember him as, obviously with the injuries that are going on. Jalen Waddle is probably going to have a pretty decent game, and hopefully Darren Waller keeps it up. I actually have Waddle and Waller as touchdown scorers this game. So, yeah.
Ooh. I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, you got to look, man. The one place where the Browns have really kind of been getting exploited is short middle and deep middle, and those are the 2 main places where Tua can find completions. I think it's because he doesn't have to use his peripheral vision. You know what I mean? So if he looks just straight ahead of him, he can normally complete a pass. It's when he has to eye movement and other things like that. I think that's when Tua tends to struggle. So.
All right, I like it. Oh, buddy. Giants and Broncos. Tell me what's going on.
Well, I mean, I think you'll be happy that I do have the Broncos winning this one. Got them at 7-point favorites. But I would not sleep on the Giants because the Giants have been looking like they're coming out to play. And Cam, that walking CTE machine, like you just never know what that guy's gonna do. Like when he gets going, man, he's like a wind up toy. What did Theo Vaughn say? That he's like a deaf Jack Russell. Like once he gets going, you can't call him back. That's basically like Cam. So he can potentially go out there and go off. We'll see though. You tell me, how have you guys been going against running backs of his caliber?
I mean, we've done pretty good against the run for this season. I mean, I don't think it's our defense is top 3, if not number 1 this season so far. We've given up 95 points total over 6 games. We are the second. We are ranked second in points given up. And that's the other teams that are also within that range have already had a bye week. So they've played less games than we have.
It's just unfortunate you guys don't know how to put points up. You know how to stop
that's them. So that's the rub. Like the defense is really great. The offense, not so much.
Yeah.
The offense can, we've had previous games we scored 27 points. So it's in there to do that. We also haven't had the defense generate turnovers to put us in good position for the offense either. So I'm hoping the Giants, they had their fun in MetLife on Thursday night, division opponent. They got up for the game. It was a short week. The Eagles couldn't quite handle Jackson Dart running or Scatterboo just elbowing them in the face. Like they couldn't handle either one.
Yeah, they got clapped. Like that wasn't even competitive.
I am expecting a better output. We've also got Demaryius Thomas is getting hit in the Ring of Fame, and the Super Bowl 50 team is also being honored as well. So everybody's in town. So I just feel like the Broncos are going to be up for this game. So I think the Broncos win. Could be closer than 7, but I do think the Broncos win.
Yeah, I got a higher over too. I'm right at 47 points. I got the Broncos final 27-20. So, I think you guys you're probably going to take this. That defense, the Giants have not played a defense like that. So, regardless of what's been going on with them and the momentum they have, that's a big momentum killer. And I think we'll probably finally start seeing some turnovers. I wouldn't doubt if they pick Dart off at least once or get a strip sack, something like that. Because one of the big problems with Dart, man, is that guy doesn't know when to quit running. So he's going to get himself hurt or definitely turn the ball over.
He does have that issue, and fingers crossed. I'll be at the game, so I'll be bringing that energy, and hopefully it'll be good. I'm excited. I am excited.
Well, I am rooting for you guys, and that's not a death wish at all. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Oh man, we're probably gonna lose now. Okay.
Yeah.
Although I will say this, just coming back, Mark, my buddy Mark, Mark, Brooklyn Mark as we call him, big Giants fan. So him and I have normally gone to the games, and I think every one we've gone to, the Giants have won. And I think one of the last ones we went to, the Giants had like their top 3 wide receivers out and still found a way to win the game. It was disgusting. I was like. We were literally driving up like, oh, he was like, Giants have no way to win this. It's fine. It's going to be good. We'll still have a good time. And then the Giants won, and I was just like, you got to be kidding me.
Kind of like when I take you to a Cowboys game, huh?
Right. Next time we're going just to the Cowboys. Like Broncos don't have to be playing. We'll just go. We'll go, and I'll even root for the Cowboys that day.
All right. I'll take you up on that for sure. So,
dude, I am super excited about this game.
This is going to be a good game.
I am super excited. We've got the 5-1 Colts, we've got the 4-2 Chargers, and they are coming back to. This is to me is what we like to call a measuring stick game.
Oh yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I'm still on the fence on the Colts. I'm still on the fence. Technically, they should be 4-2. A leverage penalty to win against the Broncos. Like, come on now. What are we talking? What are we doing? That's stupid, refs. Especially when they had a leverage play on our field goal before that one. So, like, where's the consistency, right? But so that's where I'm not sure if I'm on the bandwagon. Chargers almost let the Dolphins steal one last week.
Yeah.
So how good are they? So I feel like it's a measuring stick on both sides. That's why I'm super excited to watch this, and I won't get to because I'll be at the Broncos game.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about consistency, maybe we should be talking about UTEP. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, we'll leave that for another day. I'm sure people know what I'm talking about with that exactly, though. Yeah, no, I do have this one as being a close game, and I think you're absolutely right. We're going to see. I think whoever comes out on top on this game is the one, like the actual one. You know what I mean? Because yeah, there have been glimpses of something good going. Like Chargers started off so good, and then just kind of fell off. We'll see. I'm
Well,
rooting for the Colts.
those two
I
running backs going out, I think, is tough.
yeah.
Two running backs, both their tackles, they're in a tough spot. Is Jonathan Taylor scheduled to have a good game by your numbers?
Yeah, I got Taylor going over 100.
Yeah.
So over 100 with a touchdown. And that's if he maintains his like 21 carries average. Chargers can have a potential to let a big run get through. But yeah, I have this one close, man. I do actually have the Chargers as a 4-point favorite, though I am rooting for the Colts because I like the Colts, man. And you know what? I don't know what it is. I like seeing Daniel Jones succeed. Probably just because he had to do his time. You know what it was? It was like a guy who went to prison that didn't do it. You know what I mean? And he's out now, and I want to see the guy succeed. Okay, that's what I want.
I love that.
Yeah. So
I love that
I'm
analogy.
rooting for him. I'm rooting for him, man. He didn't deserve it.
I still think they're very beatable, but so far they've looked pretty darn good, and they've played consistent.
Yeah.
So, Packers and Cardinals.
Oh, by the way, I do have Herbert going over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. So take that where you want. But so yeah, I think he's going to be the primary guy keeping him in that game. So
if Johnston's back, yeah.
Johnston's back. Yeah, he's going to have 78 yards and probably a touchdown. But Ladd has been looking pretty clutch. So I still would expect him to have a pretty decent game too. So Packers and Cardinals, huh?
Packers and Cardinals. Just go ahead and, I mean, Packers going to win this game. They're going to win this game. It's just by how much. How much
they should win this game. Yeah. Funny enough, though, with this particular matchup, I only have them as a 7-point favorite.
About right.
Which, yeah, I thought it would be worse, but yeah, 7 points. Do have Josh Jacobs having a pretty good game. If he maintains kind of his consistency, he should be over 18 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Cardinals, you just never know what, and we say this every week. You don't know what Cardinals team is showing up. The ones who actually want to compete, or the ones who look like they're on a bye week. You know what I mean? It's you don't know. But I do have the Packers winning this one, 7 points with the over of 47.
I mean, how much screen time did they give Kyler Murray this week? Did he get enough? Did he get too much game time this week? I feel like that's what's going to be the determining factor here.
Yeah.
He's so bad.
Is Harrison back or is he injured?
I didn't know he was injured. Is he injured?
Yeah, he went out last week. Let's take a look. He's questionable. Yeah, he went out with a concussion last week.
Oh, yeah. So we won't know that till he's got a clear concussion protocol. So he's got to practice, not have any effects, and then he can get cleared. So who knows?
Cool. Well, if he does come in, I expect him to have a big game. Probably right around 8 catches, 90 plus yards, and a touchdown. So he's a really good match. So where the Packers have super struggled is defending the short left passes, the short left side of the field, and that's where Harrison has been tearing people up. So that's why if he is healthy and he's out there, you could probably expect him to have a pretty good game. So a lot of catches, not necessarily tons of yards, but yeah, I mean, you go in there and you drop down there 7-8 catches for him. That's probably going to pay some pretty good numbers. Probably like a plus 500 would be my guess. So
yeah, because he hasn't done that shit.
Yeah,
it'd be out of the ordinary for him to do that at this point. Because Kyler can't get him the ball for some reason. They're like, if I was Marvin Harrison, I'd be like, just either trade me or trade Kyler. One of us has to go.
Right. I don't understand. Like, how does the shortest guy on the field not see like the tallest dude on the field? You know what I mean? It's like, you'd think it just makes sense, but I don't know.
He's awful.
Kyler, little bobblehead, man.
He's awful. Let's move on. Commanders going to Dallas. Two teams coming off of losses.
Yeah. So I do have the Cowboys winning this one. Got them as only a 3-point favorite, but if our consistency maintains, we do play a lot better divisional games than we normally do. On average, it wasn't primarily last season, but the previous 3 seasons, the Cowboys averaged anywhere to 11 to 14 more points in divisional games than against any other opponents. So that's kind of been they're like the safe kind of players. You know, they just win their divisional games, try to get in the hopes for the playoffs, and then lose first round, or make a catch that's not a catch, things like that. But yeah, I do have the Cowboys at 3-point favorite. Looks like Vegas is pretty far in line with that. That is a pretty crazy over, though, that they're setting that at, because I only got it at about 49 points. So I'm surprised that they're going so high.
Yeah, that's pretty high over. I do like the Cowboys as well, because I do think the Cowboys can run the football on the Commanders.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
when they run the football, good things happen.
Yes. I do have Williams that if it maintains his average, 20 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown. So he is probably going to have a pretty decent game. I don't recall if Lamb is back yet or not, or if he's still out.
Hopefully he's still out till after next week. So, CD Lamb. No, he's expected to return.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, well, if so, I mean, obviously he's not going to get like a heavy workload, but you can still see him probably get anywhere between 6 to 8 catches, though, maybe a touchdown. George Pickens has definitely been picking up for the production, though, so hopefully that maintains. And if so, you probably have 5 catches, 80 yards, somewhere around there. Potential touchdown as well, too.
I don't know. He was kind of like the forgotten man when CeeDee Lamb was there, because Dak was always looking to CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb coming back. I don't know if I trust Pickens right now. So.
Yeah, I think kind of. So here's what happens, man. Like, you tend to forget about a guy until you have to use him, and you're like, oh yeah, you know what? You're actually pretty good. You know what I mean? And plus, you're not obviously going to be throwing tons of passes to a guy coming right off of injury. You know, you want to make sure you kind of ease him in, keep him healthy. So I still think that, I think he'll end up having a pretty decent game. But against Carolina, I mean, 9 catches, 168 yards. So Green Bay 134 yards. So it's not like he's had a bad season. Damn, I didn't even realize this. Yeah, he's got 6 touchdowns as well too. Yeah, no, Pickens has been playing pretty good. What do you know? But yeah, I'd say Commanders. I feel confident with it. I feel confident because it's not important. If it was an important game, then I'd be like, Cowboys are probably going to lose. But it's not that important of a game when it comes to the conference, just because the Commanders, I don't think, are going to be very competitive.
That one's probably America's game of the week, I would imagine.
Probably, yeah.
At this 225 slate. Oh, yeah, the 225, yeah. That should be the game of the week.
Yep.
Sunday night football, the Falcons travel to Santa Clara to play the 49ers.
This is going to be a good game too, man. So right off the bat, I do have the 49ers winning, but I'll tell you, I only got it by 3 points. So I'm sitting there right with Vegas on that very sketchy over-under. spread, and an over under I got actually at 51 points. So I do actually have it being at a little higher scoring game. So where the 49ers have really been struggling are deep passes, and that is where Penix is actually kind of showing that he's doing pretty good. So if we go off of just pure mismatches, then the Falcons, I mean, they can win this. There's definitely potential that they win
for
this
sure.
one. Yeah, it's going to come down to turnovers because I actually have both Penix and Purdy should be back this game, right?
Purdy and Kittle were at practice today.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have them both throwing picks. So that just the way it goes with the numbers. So if one of them could avoid it, that could definitely be the differentiator on whether or not the other team wins. So, but yeah, if I don't know if Christian McCaffrey's ever get like, did you know they're rated? What is it like bottom 5 in rushing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man.
He just scored their first rushing touchdown of the year last week.
God, that's sad. How the mighty have fallen, huh?
Pretty gross, but they've got just so many injuries. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy that they are still 4-2.
Yeah. So. Oh, if you're looking for a breakout player, Ricky. Ricky is.
He's not.
Oh, is he still out?
He's still out.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Just because his stat production for deep middle is exactly where the Falcons have been weak, man. So that's a bummer. I thought he was coming back this week.
Well, he might, but he wasn't at practice. It says he's progressing slowly.
Okay, that's a bummer.
So whatever.
Yeah, that deep middle is where the Falcons have really been struggling at. So somebody else could take that.
Oh, all right.
Only a few more games, a couple more games.
We got another doubleheader.
Yep.
I really don't like the Monday doubleheaders. I just don't. I want one game on Monday Night Football, so I'm only having to pay attention to one freaking game. Damn. So we got Buccaneers and Lions, which 5.5? Oh man,
that's pretty crazy, huh?
I don't know about that.
Well, it's even more crazy because I actually have the Lions as a 7-point favorite. So, it depends what Lions team shows up. Hated what I saw last week, man. Hated it. But then again,
if the Bucs were without their top 4 wide receivers, then I could see this happening because they are. I mean, McMillan's been out for the whole season. Godwin, Evans, and Ibuka just got hurt this last game. So if they're all 4 out, then maybe I could see that happening.
Yeah, that'll be a bummer if we're not seeing the best. But I do have Goff going off. I think this will be finally one of those games where he's easily going over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Just the Buccaneers secondary is just weak, man. But hopefully they don't put it all on the ground. Wouldn't be smart necessarily in this matchup, but yeah, I guess we'll see. But I do have the Lions winning this one and it being a higher affair. So you do got 55 points getting scored on this one. So I could definitely see that over hitting.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like Ibuka is going to be out. And
that's a big hit. That sucks.
And I think Evans and Godwin are still going to be out too. And Bucky Irving's still out too.
Dang. So. Yeah, they're getting savage too. But you want to know the difference between them and the 49ers? They still figure out how to win. So
they can. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't touch that over. Don't bet that at all. Bucks have a lot of injuries. I
think they're going to get there, even if it's just the Lions getting there. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they just got to let that aggression out, especially after last week. You might even see a Lions player run over a ref unintentionally. You know what I mean? By pure accident. Just saying.
Like, hey, you going to throw a flag on that?
That was bad. It was so bad. All right, last game, man. Texans, Seahawks.
Right. Texans and Seahawks. Seahawks at home. I love that. 3 points. I love it. Give it to me.
got the Texans as a 3-point favorite on this game.
Oh, gross.
I know, man. The moment you said it, I'm like, you'd probably bet it. Probably going to lose too. But yeah, I do got the Texans as a 3-point favorite on this one, man. Again, it's just all about the matchup. Stroud actually is having a pretty decent game, man. 285 yards, 2 touchdowns. This is the matchup for him to have it on. He's not going to get these matchups a lot this season, but just where the Texans have been excelling at, the Seahawks have been weak. But I actually have Darnold coming out having, well, you can call it one of his better worst games. What I mean by that is I do have him going over 300 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, but more than likely potentially 2 interceptions. And the reason why is because where he's getting picked off is where Houston's been excelling. So,
the more I think about it, Houston, yeah, their defense is going to shut down the Seahawks. And they're going to put a lot of pressure on Darnold, and Darnold is not good against pressure.
Yeah. So that's why I got him at the 2 picks, man. So I think that's how this game's going to end up going. It's still going to be a close game, though. I only have, like I said, Texans by 3. But that's the only thing that's been keeping the Texans around, man, is that defense. So some good games, though.
What's the I guess the upset of the week was what? You had the Saints, right? That was the upset of the week.
I guess you can call it that. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably like margin wise, that's probably the biggest upset.
I think you said the Dolphins, but that's not a huge Saints.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the Saints if they end up taking that one. Yeah. What has the potential of being the biggest upset is Raiders. I'm just saying it, man.
I don't know how they get there without Brock Bowers, and
that's true.
No threats. The Kansas City defense shut down the Lions last week, so
yeah, with a little help,
better.
But
I watching the game, rooting for the Lions. There wasn't anything that was horribly egregious. I thought. That was should have been called, but
there were a couple.
I didn't see anything that was like. There's been some really bad no calls that have gone in the Chiefs' favor. I didn't see anything that was really, really bad. I will admit, I did think it was BS that they scored that touchdown. 30 seconds goes by, the refs get together, and then they somehow magically throw a flag.
Yeah.
If you didn't throw a flag right away, then you didn't obviously know that was illegal. So, what are we doing?
Yeah,
I think you can't technically review it.
Right. Yeah, I sent you that video, right? About that guy who had that bet on Goff being a touchdown scorer. Yeah. That was so gross.
Brutal.
That's brutal. So gross. Yeah.
And it was such a great play because he gets the defensive back does a great job of pushing the blocker back into the quarterback, and Goff almost fumbles the ball, and then somehow he still makes it into the end zone. It was fantastic. And nobody will remember because it didn't count.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Just like that preseason kick. Good games, man. I'm looking forward to it as usual. Not been sleeping much, so I'm not completely focused tonight. If that hasn't been obvious, I'm a struggle bus, dude.
Let's go get some Z's. Let's do it.
Dude,
everyone, as we always say, gamble responsibly. Gamble with what you can afford to lose. Don't be putting your rent checks out. I will say every time I've gone to a game, I've run into some 25-year-old sitting behind me that's literally preying on God, there was one that was one of the Broncos Chiefs games from way back. We went to Arrowhead, and the kid was praying for one of the Broncos receivers to get 3 catches, and he had his rent money on it. And I told him from the beginning, I was "You're not. Sorry, bro. You better go find some rent money because that money's gone." And yeah, that wide receiver got 2 catches, never hit the third one.
Guy's gonna be pulling tricks in Arrowhead.
So yeah, please bet responsibly. We do have the 800 number if you need it. I've
good ones, myself. Man. Yeah, just don't get crazy, man. Don't get crazy. But I think there's going to be some good games. I'm looking forward to it, man. It was good stuff, bro.
All right, man. Let's get it. You guys have a great evening, and we will see you after. We'll see you next week.